Okay, let's see what different theories are there behind the trans effect. We have already discussed the trans effect in great detail in our previous lectures, and we have seen that a strong trans director will be the one in a square planar complex that will be deciding which ligand will be going out of the square planar complex in some nucleophilic substitution reaction, right? And obviously we know that the ligand which will be present at a position trans to that strong trans director will be going out of the complex molecule. For example, in this case, if we say this is a strong trans director here, then if we will be carrying out the nucleophilic substitution reaction for this complex, it will always be this ligand which is present trans to this one here, which will be going out of the system, right? And the second thing which the trans effect tells is that a strong trans director also increases the rate of a nucleophilic substitution reaction by a great magnitude. For example, if we are having these two complexes here, I mean this is the first complex and this is the second complex here, and let us say the ligand which I have shown here in this sky blue color is a strong trans director, and onto this side this violet colored ligand here is what it is, a moderate type of trans director. Then what will happen is when we will be carrying out the nucleophilic substitution reaction of both these square planar complexes, it will always be first of all this ligand which will be going out of the system. I mean this one here in this case as well as this one here in this case, right? But because this ligand here is a strong trans director, thus this ligand here will be moving out of the system in a faster way and leading to a faster kind of substitution reaction. On the other hand, in the second complex where we were having a moderate type of trans director, the trans ligand will also be going out of the system in some nucleophilic substitution reaction, but at a relatively slower rate, right? So this means that the trans effect is actually doing two things in the nucleophilic substitution reaction. The first thing is what, that the trans positioned ligand will be moving out of the system. Secondly, it also increases the rate of the nucleophilic substitution by great magnitudes. Okay, so now let us see what type of theories are there behind this trans effect, and for that you can see this general nucleophilic substitution reaction here in which we are having a central metal ion, and to this two normal ligands are attached. This is the first ligand, this is the second one here, and moreover this X ligand is what it is, the leaving ligand which will be going out of the system after this reaction is over, and this T ligand here is what it is present at a position trans to this leaving ligand, right? And moreover, let us assume that this T ligand here is what it is, a strong trans director, and this ligand here, I mean the Y ligand, is what it is, the entering ligand here, right? So the overall reaction will be what, that Y will be coming in place of this X here, and X will be going out from the reaction in this way, resulting in the formation of this kind of square planar product molecule, right? And now we have just talked about that the trans effect of the ligand causes substitution at the trans position, the first thing, and secondly we have seen that the rate of the substitution reaction also increases, right? So this means what, that whatever trans effect we are talking about, it is actually a kinetic phenomena, because it is something associated with what, with the rates of the reactions and the mechanisms of the reactions, right? And now you can see that obviously if this is the reactant, complex molecule, and on this side let us say this is the product complex molecule, this reaction will surely be going through some transition state which you can see here, and after that only we will be having this product molecule, right? So that we can always go for drawing an energy level diagram for such kind of reactions, and let us say that this is the energy axis on this side, and this is the reaction path here, so that we can say this is what this point here is the reactant molecule, and this one here is what is the product molecule. This is the first transition state, and let us say it is also having a second transition state, I mean this one here, but we will not bother about that, right? And now you can see here the difference in the energy of the reactant and that of the transition state will be what it will be, this activation energy here, that will be like a barrier, right? So after that, if in this slide here I have just shown that this is the starting complex molecule, I mean the reactant, and here is the transition state which you can see here, and this is what here it is the final product molecule, right? And if we really want to increase, I mean at this point here I want to draw your attention, if we really want to increase the rate of the substitution reaction, what we need to do is we have to lower this activation energy from this much amount here to some small amount, right? So let us see that how it can be lowered, because only then the reaction rate can be increased in case of this substitution reaction, right? So basically there are two ways to lower this activation energy barrier so that the rate of the reaction can be increased, because that is actually occurring because of this trans effect, right? So the first case will be what, that the first thing which we can do here is we can increase the energy or the ground energy of the reactant molecules, which you can see here. Okay, so this was the normal case, here, and the energy of the reactant is this much here. And what will happen is that when we will be increasing the energy of the reactant from this much amount, I mean this much amount to this much amount here, what will happen is that the activation energy for that reaction will definitely decrease, right? So if the activation energy is becoming lowered, definitely the rate of the substitution reaction will be increased, right? So this was the first way, just increasing the ground state energy of the reactant from here to here, we can lower the activation energy for that reaction, right? And there is also present a second pathway, which is what, that we can keep the energy of the reactant at the same level. You can see here whatever level was present here for the ground state energy of the reactant, it is that same level here. Okay, the second strategy may be what, that we can lower the energy of the transition state, which initially was at this point here. Let me draw this line here. Okay, so initially it was at this point, I mean this was the initial activation energy, but by some reasons, let us say we have been successful in decreasing the energy of the transition state from this point to this point here, so that the activation energy will become what, it will become less as compared to this case here. Okay, so thus it will be a fast reaction, and thus the rate of the reaction will also be high here, right? So basically there are two ways by which we can increase the rate of the reaction in the trans effect which we are talking here. The first is what, by increasing the ground state energy of the reactant molecules, and second is decreasing the energy of the transition state here, right? Or we can also say other way around, that because we are increasing the energy of the reactant here from this point to this point here, this means what, that we are making the reactant molecules more reactive here, right? And the second strategy was what, it was decreasing the energy of the transition state. So we are doing what here in this second strategy, we are actually making the transition state more stable here, right? We are making the transition state more stable here, right? So in this case, the reactants we are making the reactants more reactive, and in this case we are making the transition state more stable. Okay, so by both these means, what will happen is the activation energy will be lowered and the rate of the reaction will become high many times, right? So now let us see that what is the condition for a good trans director. So we can say that a good trans director will always act in one way or both of these ways here, right? So this means what, that if we are having this kind of complex here in which we are having a central metal ion, and onto this side there is present some strong trans director, let us say this red dot here, and onto this side is present the leaving group here, and the other two normal ligands are present in this way, I mean this one and this one here. So the main condition for this good trans director is what, that it will be working either in this way, I mean the first strategy, this first strategy here, or this may be acting in or through this second strategy here, I mean decreasing the energy of the transition state or making it more stable, right? Or there is also a possibility that a good trans director can act in both the ways at the same time. I mean at the same time it will be acting in both these ways here, resulting in the decrease in the activation energy and increasing the rate of the reaction, right? So in both the cases we will be having a fast reaction, right? And after that, such kind of effects in which the energy of the reactants has been increased from this point to this point here, these type of effects are known as the ground state effects, because they are associated with the ground state energy of the reactant molecules. I repeat, such kind of strategy, I mean the first strategy here in which we are increasing the energy of the reactant molecule from this point to this point here, and because it is associated with the ground state energy of the reactant molecules, so such kind of effects are known as the ground state effects. On the other hand, the second strategy, if we have a look on that, what we are doing is we are decreasing the energy of the transition state from here to this much amount here, right? And because we are playing with the activated or the transition state here, so this type of effects are known as the activated type of state effects, okay? And basically we have two different theories which are behind this trans effect. The first one is the polarization theory. It is linked with the ground state kind of effects, and the second is the pi bonding theory, which is actually associated with the activated state effects here, right? So this means we will be talking about both these theories one by one. The first one will be the polarization theory, and that will be linked with the ground state energy of the reactants, and it will be following this kind of strategy here. And then we will also be talking about the second theory, that is the pi bonding theory in this lecture, that will be associated with the activated state effects, and it will be following this type of strategy here in which we will try to lower the energy of the transition state from here to here, making it more stable, right? And now let us first of all start with the first theory, that is the polarization theory. So as I have just told you that it will be based upon the ground state effects in which the energy of the starting reactant molecule will be raised so that the activation energy can be lowered for that particular nucleophilic substitution reaction, right? And moreover, this is the main point here regarding the polarization theory. So you can read from here that this actually assumes, this theory assumes that a strong trans director will be the one which will be easily polarizable in nature, right? And we know from our lower classes that polarizability means what, that the electron cloud can easily be distorted, right? So this means what, that if we are having this kind of square planar complex in which this is a strong trans director and it will be directing the incoming nucleophile, let us say this Y nucleophile here, to occupy a position trans to itself by eliminating this X bond, platinum X bond from here, so that the Y can come here in this place. This means what, according to the polarization theory, the T ligand here, that is a strong trans director, it should be an easily polarizable type of group here, right? So this was the main assumption of the polarization theory. And you can see here this strong trans director should be easily polarizable, I have already mentioned here. And now we can represent this kind of square planar geometry in this way here, in which you will see that this strong trans director is present here in this way, and here is present the metal ion, that is the platinum, let us say the platinum 2 positive, and the leaving ligand, that is the X, is also present here in this way, right? And I have not shown the other two ligands here, but I can now show in this picture. So this will be the first ligand here, the L ligand, the normal ligand, and on this side is the second L ligand, I mean this one here, right? So now you can see from this diagram that the platinum is present in +2 oxidation state. So what will happen is that whatever electron cloud will be there of our strong trans director, and because it is easily polarizable, so what will happen is that the positive charge on this metal ion here will be resulting in the distortion of electron cloud of our strong trans director molecule, right? So distortion means what? That the positive charges, I mean these positive charges, they will now be moving away from the metal ion because it is already having a positive charge, I mean because of the same charges repulsions. And what else will happen here is that the negative charges will now move close to the central metal ion because the opposite charges, I mean the negative and the positive charges, attract each other, right? So we will be having a picture something like this, okay? And after that what will happen is whatever dipole has been created here because of the presence of the metal ion, now this dipole will be resulting in the generation of an induced kind of dipole in the platinum metal, right? So what will happen is that the electrons, in case of the platinum, the electron cloud or the negative charges will move away from these negative charges because we have just seen here that these negative charges are present towards the metal ion, right? So whatever dipole has been generated in the trans director, that will now be inducing one new dipole in case of the platinum metal or any other metal ion here, right? So that whatever negative charges will be there in case of platinum metal, they will be moving away from this T ligand here, and the positive charges, because they are opposite kind of charges, they will now be moving towards the T ligand here, right? And finally we can say here that because the X ligand, which has to be eliminated from this reaction, it carries a partial negative charge, so there will start or there will set up some kind of repulsions in between this negative charge here on the leaving ligand as well as this negative end of the dipole in case of the metal ion, right? So the negative and the negative charges, the same charges will repel each other, so that will do what? That will now increase the bond length, and that will be pushing the X ligand away from the metal ion, so that the bond here, I mean between the platinum metal and the X ligand, it will now increase because of these repulsions in between the negative charges, right? And after that, because you can see here, we have just seen here that the repulsions will set up because of the negative and the negative charges here. So what will happen is that because of these repulsions, the bond length will definitely increase in between the platinum and the X bond, right? And obviously because now it is becoming a longer bond, it will become weak and which can break easily. So we will say that in terms of stability, it will decrease and it will become more reactive for a nucleophilic substitution reaction. Once again, I'm repeating, because this will be pushing the negative charge away from itself. What will happen is that the repulsions will set up here, and the bond length between the platinum, I mean this, and the X bond, it will increase. It will become a weaker bond because long bonds are weaker bonds, and the weaker bond means what? That the stability decreases and the reactivity for nucleophilic substitution increases, right? And because initially if we say that the reactant was present at this point, because of this all thing happening here, which is the assumptions of the polarization theory, we can say here that because of all these things happening inside that square planar complex, the stability of this reactant molecule is decreasing and the reactivity is increasing, or we can also say in other words that the ground state energy is increasing from here to this much amount here, right? So we have just seen that why the ground state energy of the reactant is increasing, because it is becoming more reactive, right? So with increase in reactivity, energy also increases, and because of this reason, what will happen, whatever activation energy was present initially, I mean from here to here, I mean this much of activation energy was initially present, this was quite large, but now because of the polarization theory has just explained that if the trans ligand is more strong type of ligand and it is more polarizable, because of that what will happen is that the ground state energy of the reactant will increase from here to here, which will finally lead to the decrease in the activation energy from this much amount to this much amount here, right? So now because the activation energy is quite less here, so it will be a fast reaction, and in this way the polarization theory explains that the trans director, if it is a strong trans director in a square planar complex, this means what, that it should be easily polarizable type of molecule, right? And if it is easily polarizable, what will happen is that whatever ligand will be present trans to that strong trans director, it will be helping in the weakening of the bond in between the metal and that leaving ligand here, right? So because of that weakening of the bond, the reactivity will increase and the activation energy will decrease, and that will be a faster type of reaction, and it will be leading to increase in the rate of the nucleophilic substitution reaction, right? So this was all about the polarization theory, and it is the overall picture here, right? You have just seen that this was the strong trans director or a good trans director here, which was easily polarizable. So it will be helping in the fast cleavage or the substitution of this platinum and the X bond here, right? And this will be leading to the trans effect, and the theory which is explaining this thing is what it is, the polarization theory, right? And now it is time to talk about the second theory, which is the pi bonding theory. And the first thing is like the polarization theory was associated with the ground state effects. The pi bonding theory, which we are now about to discuss, it is associated with, or it is related to, the activated state effects, right? Activated state effects means what, that it will be something associated with the stability of the transition state in that energy level diagram, right? And it is only applicable to those ligands which can form pi bonds with the metal ion, right? So we know that the carbonyl, cyanide as well as nitrite, they are what, they are a type of the pi acceptor ligands which can also accept electrons from the metal ion, resulting in the formation of pi bonds, right? And how this all will be happening, because of the back donation from the filled metal d orbitals to the empty anti-bonding molecular orbitals of our ligands here, right? So I will be explaining this thing in detail. Just wait a minute. So you can see here, because this theory here is related to the activated state effects, and it is something associated with the stability of the transition state. So once again, from that energy level diagram, you can see here, initially the transition state was having this much amount of energy, but now what we have done is somehow we have decreased the energy of the transition state from this much amount to this much amount here, right? So that the transition state now becomes more stabilized here, and the activation energy will decrease from this much amount, from this much amount to this much here, right? So with decrease in the activation energy, what will happen is that the rate of the substitution will increase here, right? So this was the meaning of this point here, that it is related to the activated state effects, which is something related to the transition state of the reaction, okay? And secondly, I have told you that it is only applicable in those ligands which can form pi bonds with the metal, such as the carbon monoxide, cyanide as well as the nitrite, okay? Now what happens is, in the normal case, the bond formation in between the metal and the ligand, it goes like this, right? The filled orbitals of the ligand, they donate electrons towards the empty orbitals of the metal, resulting in the formation of this kind of coordinate covalent bond. Once again, this was the normal case or the normal scenario, right? And this is how the bonding usually takes place in case of the metal and the ligands, right? And now let us see what is the concept of the back donation of the electrons. So what happens is that in addition to these filled orbitals, which you can see here, I mean in addition to these filled orbitals of the ligand, there are also present such kind of empty antibonding molecular orbitals in case of the ligands, which I have shown here, right? So you can see these are the empty type of antibonding molecular orbitals, right? And moreover, in case of metal ion, in addition to these empty orbitals, there are also present some filled metal d orbitals which will be containing electrons in this way, right? Which I have shown here in this red diagram here, that these are what? These are the inner filled d orbitals of the metal ion, such that if we are having some ligand here of the type pi acceptor ligand, I mean which can accept pi electrons. It may be CO, it may be cyanide or a nitrite ion. So not any ligand here. It should be a pi acceptor type of ligands, right? So we have a limited type of pi acceptor ligands. Only in that case back donation will be possible, right? Otherwise not. So if we are having a pi acceptor type of ligand here, what will happen is that it will be accepting electrons from the filled metal d orbitals into the antibonding molecular orbitals of the ligand in the form of back donation of electrons, right? So initially it was giving electrons. You can see here the ligand was giving electrons to the metal in this way. But now what is happening after the formation of this single bond in between the ligand and the metal? This was the single bond in between the ligand and the metal. Now what is happening? The metal is back donating electrons from its filled orbitals to the empty antibonding molecular orbitals of the ligand in this way here, right? So that it will be resulting in the formation of some kind of pi bond here in between the ligand and the metal, so that we will now be having a multiple bond here in between the ligand and the metal, right? So because of this back donation from the filled metal d orbitals to the empty antibonding molecular orbitals of the pi acceptor ligands of this type, so pi bonding theory is only applicable to such kind of ligands, right? And now let us see that how this whole thing here, I mean the presence of the pi acceptor ligands, will explain on the basis of the pi bonding theory that for what reasons we are having some ligands as strong type of trans directors. I mean those ligands which can act as pi acceptor ligands, they will be acting as a strong type of trans directors according to the pi bonding theory, right? So what happens is that if you remember, this was the mechanism of the nucleophilic substitution in case of the square planar complexes, which we have discussed in our previous lectures, right? So now let us see that how this pi bonding in between the trans directing ligand as well as the metal ion, I mean this pi bonding here, this multiple bonding here, will be affecting the rate of the reaction and how it will be increasing the rate of substitution of the metal and this X bond from here, right? So basically what happens is that if we are having this kind of square planar complex, the Y ligand will come here in place of this X here and it will be moving out of the system, right? So this was the basic nucleophilic substitution reaction in this case. And now because we are discussing the pi bonding theory, which says that a pi bond formation is possible in between a strong trans director as well as the metal ion, provided the ligand here, I mean the strong trans director, should be a pi acceptor type of ligand. Let me write here, it should be a pi acceptor type of ligand which can accept electrons from the metal ion in this way, I mean into the antibonding molecular orbitals of itself, right? So this is the mechanism here, and we want to see here that how this thing will be possible. Now what happens is that when we are having this strong trans director here in the form of a strong pi acceptor ligand which is having empty antibonding molecular orbitals, so what happens is that because the filled orbitals of the metal, they are giving electrons to these empty orbitals of this strong pi acceptor ligand here. So what will happen is that whatever negative charge was present on the metal ion, that will be dispersing and that will be moving toward the antibonding molecular orbitals of this ligand here, such that whatever entering ligand was about to enter here in this complex, resulting in the formation of this kind of square pyramidal geometry, because this is the mechanism of this nucleophilic substitution reaction, that the Y will enter here in this way, resulting in the increase in the coordination number from 4 to 5 here and giving a square pyramidal type of geometry. We have already discussed this mechanism, so I will not be going into the details of this. Just I want to say here, because the metal here is giving electrons in the form of back donation to our strong trans directing ligand here, what will happen is that the negative charge is actually moving towards this ligand here, so that the negative charge here on the entering ligand and whatever repulsions would have been there by the entry of this ligand into this complex here, that will be minimized, right? If this charge would have been present here only, then this ligand, when it will be coming, there will be present a lot of repulsions in between the negative charge and this negative charge here, right? But that thing is not happening. Luckily, we have some T ligand here that is a strong trans director, and it is also a good pi acceptor ligand, and it will be accepting the electrons in the form of back donation, such that all this negative charge will be going towards this ligand here, and it will become quite easy for this entering ligand to come here, resulting in the formation of this kind of square pyramidal complex here, right? So basically this reaction will become a fast reaction here, leading to the fast elimination of this X ligand here, right? So in this way, this pi bonding theory explains that how the trans effect increases the rate of the substitution reaction at a position trans to itself, right? And there is also present another explanation here, and it is based upon the transition state, which is this trigonal bipyramidal geometry in this mechanism here, right? I have just shown the larger picture of this trigonal bipyramidal geometry here, and you can see that the metal orbital is having these filled orbitals here, and this strong trans director here is having empty antibonding molecular orbitals, right? And now when the back donation will take place in this way, from here to the empty antibonding molecular orbitals of this trans directing ligand here, what will happen is that because the charge is moving out of the transition state, the energy of the transition state will become lowered and it will become more stable here, right? So I'm talking about this transition state. When this will be giving electron to this T here, the transition state, I mean the trigonal bipyramidal, will become more stable. It will become lower in energy, right? So what will be the effect on the energy level diagram? You will see that initially, if this was the transition state energy, so it will be lowered because of this back donation here. So you can see here it is now being decreased in energy from here to this point here, right? So initially, if this was the activation energy, I mean this was the EA before this thing happening, and now because of this back donation, the energy will be lowered from here to this point here, such that the activation energy now will be quite less as compared to that of the initial activation energy, leading to what? Leading to a fast kind of reaction, right? So in this way, the pi bonding theory increases the it explains that how the trans effect increases the rate of substitution of this ligand here, which is present trans to this ligand here, right? So the main thing is that the main assumption of the pi bonding theory is that this T ligand, it should be a strong pi acceptor ligand which can accept electrons from this metal ion, right? And what was the assumption of the polarization theory? That this T ligand should be easily polarizable, and that will be decreasing the bond strength of this bond here, so that it will easily break from here, right? So in the last, I will just say that the pi bonding theory says that this X ligand will now be moving faster because of this kind of energy level diagram now, and all thanks to what? The back donation of electrons from here to here, okay? So this is all about this lecture here. Thank you so much.